What's up, people of YouTube? This is Grow Me Something Mister, round 2 on trying to do a nice smoked brisket. This is a 14-pounder from HEB. My source of heat primarily to start with are wood chunks and a couple of briquettes just to have that cold bed. But yeah, that flame, I'll just burn that out when I cover the lid. As I said, this is a 14-pounder. And did the usual trimming. I didn't trim too much up top here on the flat. A little bit about what I put here. This is the base layer is Tony Chachere's, and Tony's as we call it. And on top is a Weber smoking dry rub. So yeah, that's it, 14 pounders. This is not a how-to video because I'm not good enough to say how-to. There's plenty of that out there on the internet. This is a how I did it video. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's get that snuffed out there, and yeah, we'll put a probe in this a little bit later on, and wait till it gets to the stall, and we'll be back. Okay, so this thing is playing around between 152 and 153. I started this thing at about 8 o'clock, and it's 4:45 right now, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's on stall. Let's go take a look, see what it looks like inside. Oh man, as Justin Wilson would say, don't that pretty? Alright, there's the probe right up in there, and I believe people leave the probe inside, so I'll try to go ahead and do the same thing. Alright, we're going to go wrap this, put it back on, and see what happens. Okay, so this thing was on the pit for basically 14 hours. Maybe 13 and a half hours if you count or take away the time to wrap it up. And it's been on the pit temp about 250. Sometimes it was at 300, 225, but about 250 was the average temp for it. And it hit, I believe, 2 stalls, 153, 152, as I mentioned before. And then it went up to like 160 something. I had to open up the pit, put more coals in, and adjust it. And then it went to 155 and stayed there for a while. Finally hit 160, stayed there for a long while. And then after about an hour, it picked back up again. So, yeah, kind of weird, but almost 14 hours for this. Next clip will be of what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Here's the brisket the next day. And I wrapped it in foil paper after it cooled down so that I can transport it. But check out that bark right there. It looks really nice. I'm well impressed with it. And everything looks good. Last night, the point right there, it was while it was hot, was quite pliable. The flat side wasn't as pliable, but still much more pliable than the last go round. Let's give it a cut, see what it looks like inside. Okay, there you go. Not much of a smoke ring. You can see some of it. But I wear these gloves right here because I use that anti-nail bite stuff on my fingers, and I don't want to get that taped onto the meat. And the nitro gloves are more expensive, and these right there are about 98 cents for a pack of 120 at Walmart. I just cut another piece. And this brisket is cold, by the way, not like freezer, but from the refrigerator, so it's feeling a little different from the cold. There you go, another shot of it. Right there, and some of the fat, that bottom bark. That looks so good. Let's cut another slice. This is actually a bread knife I'm using. There you go. Look at that. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? Let's do a poke test for this bad boy. Look at that. Comes apart. Of course, the fat hangs on, but look at that. It's cold. Keep in mind it's cold, so let's do a little taste test on this. As you see where I come from, c'est bon. Real good smoke flavor, beefy flavor as well. Check out that bark. Yeah. Yeah, that's some kind of good. Okay, here we go. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside of the whole piece there. And as you can see, there's smoke ring along the side and the bottom right there because I forgot to put the water in the pan, so the bottom's a little bit drier. Okay, well, so there we go. It's about a 13 and a half hour smoke, and everything came out just fine as far as I'm concerned. So we'll get this heated up and eat it with dinner. Well, that's it. Any comments, questions, advice, please let me know in commentary down below. I thank you all very much for watching. This is Grow Me Something Mister. And remember to, what? I don't have an exit line yet, so see you later, everybody.